Hi, this is Daniel Ryan, and this is Odessa After Dark. On this episode of Odessa After Dark, we talk about all things Permian Basin Comic-Con for 2016. This is Daniel Ryan with Odessa After Dark, and I'm here with Mr. David Fielding, who's best known for the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. And so, how do you feel about being best known for this?
It's actually very cool. I mean, I grew up loving superheroes, and to be on a TV show where I got to be the mentor for a bunch of superheroes was very, very cool.
Because they were all real young when you started, and so were you like the dad figure?
Yeah, Zordon is very much a father figure to them, and what's very interesting about Zordon is because he's just a big floating head in a tube. He was very hands-off. You know, he basically guided them and gave them advice, but he never really actually took an active part in helping them out. He also said, you know, there are different ways you can handle the situations, and it's up to you to make the right decision and to come together as a team and work together on your friendship to solve these issues. And I think that's a very interesting take on that kind of figure.
So how did you start acting? How old were you when you got the acting bug?
Well, my parents would tell you I started acting when I was probably about 7, because I would take all the comic books that I was reading and force them to sit on the couch while I acted them out for them. And then in high school, I actually started doing plays and stuff, and that's when I really decided that that's what I was really good at. And so that's what I went to college for. I got a BFA in acting, I got an MFA in acting. Then I went out to Los Angeles and was lucky enough to be cast in the show, and then moved back to the East Coast and made a living as an actor doing voiceovers and radio commercials, and then got out of it for a while and was actually working in the game industry as a designer and writer. And that's what I do. I'm a writer today.
So okay, what kind of like science fiction writing? Or?
Yeah, a lot of speculative fiction stuff that I find a lot of interesting. So I write in paranormal, I write superhero fiction, fantasy fiction, and stuff.
So anything that was published that anybody could say, go to Amazon?
My author page is up on Amazon.com. You just type in my name, David J. Fielding, and it should pop right up. And my self-published superhero novel, Vigilance, is up there, and a number of anthologies that I have short stories in are up there.
So that's nice to continue your career like that. Because I can understand, because like when I was a kid, I'd have my mom shoot me so I could die.
Yeah.
So I wanted to grow up to be an actor, but it didn't happen.
Gotta have a death scene. Always gotta have a death scene.
Well, so what about saying between being on a TV show and being in a play? Do you find that different to have a live audience?
It's very different, yeah, because when you do live theater, the feedback is immediate. You know right away whether you're doing something right or if you're doing something wrong, and you can adjust. You can, do it on the fly. Whereas if you do something in TV or film, you're not going to see it for months, and so the feedback loop is a lot longer. So you can only, do the best you can and hope that it was good when you filmed it, and they were able to do whatever they needed to do in the editing process to put it all together. So, and that's a very jarring thing to get used to for somebody who had a very long stage career, and then to try to do something in film. That's something that takes a lot of getting used to.
Okay, so besides this role, what's your favorite role you ever done? Something that you just either in college or later that you look back and go, wow, I'm glad I did that.
I was very lucky. I got to do the role of Salieri in Amadeus in college, so that was a lot of fun. Well, when I was doing voiceovers for video games, I got to be the voice for Drizzt Do'Urden, which is the dark elf from the Dungeons and Dragons games.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was a lot of fun.
I was afraid you were going to say a game I have no idea. Like World of Warcraft. Okay, I know that.
Plus, there's some other things that are coming up. So I mean, it's still going on.
So what's coming up?
That I can talk about?
Yes.
Well, I'm not really sure if there's anything I can talk about. There's going to be an announcement next week about a web series that I'm involved with.
Okay.
Oh, I'm also going to be in a web series called Strange Happenings, which is a paranormal theme. Jason Font is in that. He was the Red Time Force Ranger. Time Force? Yeah, the Time Force Ranger. He and I are doing Strange Happenings, which is filming in Missouri sometime later this spring or in the summer.
And where will that be? So we can watch it.
Hopefully it's going to be on the web. So.
Okay, so maybe like YouTube would...
Yeah. I mean, I've posted about it on my Instagram and on my Zordon page on Facebook, so it's all on.
Okay, so we will follow along, and hopefully we'll see you on that new series. And we wish you all the best of luck here this weekend. Thank you.
All right, we're here on Sunday at Permian Basin Comic-Con X. We have some cosplayers here with us. Can you guys, in order, tell me who you're cosplaying as?
I'm here to for myself. Jay from Odessa, Sasha from Attack on Titan.
All right, guys. So is this your first con-going experience?
Yes. No. Yes. No.
All right, how about you? Is this... Oh, wait, I got all confused. This is your first comic-con experience, yes?
Yes.
How do you like it?
It's awesome.
Have you ever wanted to go to Comic-Con before? Is it something that you've been dreaming of? What's your inspiration?
I'm just animated. It's itself. I'm just really good at it.
So, how did you guys make your costumes?
Amazon. Amazon. Bought it.
All right. So I know you are from a webcomic, correct?
Yes.
So, what made you want to cosplay as this character?
I just really like anime. It's one of my favorite characters.
Right. And for you?
It's the only person I like. Potatoes.
Right. Well, these are our 5 lovely cosplayers. Would you mind saying your cosplay name again?
Jade. Sasha.
All right, and thank you very much for your interview. I really appreciate it.
So, what made you choose Nurse Joy?
I chose Nurse Joy because my best friend, who's hiding over there, she was going to be an Umbreon. So I decided to be the Nurse Joy from Eureka City, which is the first episode of Pokemon that had an Umbreon in it. And also because Nurse Joy is absolutely adorable, and Brock loves her, and I love Brock.
My next question, how long did it take you to make your costume?
1 week. I forgot about the convention, and I rushed it. And I made it all from scratch.
Nice.
Which is cool for fashion design, so I mean it was a little easier, but it was still time crunch. I'm really tired from it.
Well, you did an amazing job. Like, this is awesome for a time crunch.
Permian Basin Comic-Con, and we're here with one of the vendors, Cole. Cole, can you please tell us what your wares are?
It's bead art, also known as curlers, bead sprites. Essentially what I do, I take little tiny beads, put them on pegboards, and I basically take characters from games. And, it's a little bit like taking them out of the game, but I'll take them. So,
What inspired you to get into this?
one of the main reasons I started getting into it was I actually suffer from OCD, and it's actually a really therapeutic way to calm down and stuff. So that was one of the main reasons, but the biggest reason probably was because I love pulling characters out of the game, like having a physical embodiment of a character.
What is the hardest project that you've done?
Hardest project? This guy right here. That's the biggest thing I've made so far. And in terms of pieces, this is the biggest piece I've ever made. So.
So if people are looking to buy your wares, where would they be able to contact you?
I have my Facebook page, it's Unlimited Beatworks. Go there. I'm really responsive with my messages. Take commissions on anything. I can mail it to your house. Do it all the time. That's usually that's probably the best way.
Oh, great. Thank you very much for your interview. I really appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Is this your first time attending Comic-Con? No. Deadpool? Yeah. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen, Deadpool. Look at that, he's so suave, you know. And this is your first time at Comic-Con? No, yes. Is this your first time cosplaying? What was your very first?
I was Sasha Rouse from Attack on Titan.
Oh, nice. And you?
No, this is my first cosplay. It's Kindred.
We're Kindred. We're Wolf and Lamb.
How excited are you for this contest?
Pretty excited. First time.
Nice.
Excited. All right, we are here with one of the vendors from Permian Basin Comic-Con, Cosplay. Would you please tell us about your work?
My work?
Yes, sir.
I do fan art, pop culture art. You can see anything from video games to Star Wars to Charlie Chaplin. It's mostly all traditional media. So I'll actually sit there and watercolor stuff on there. All my splatter stuff is watercolor. I do map colors, markers and stuff. So everything that has a tighter line with these map color and markers. A few digital pieces I've got here, Mad Max, Rathian, these are all digital. And so I can basically do just about everything from computer to digital. As you can see, I do abstract. I think it actually describes me the most because I like making messes and I don't like to finish anything, so that is exactly what my art is.
How did you get started in being an artist?
I followed these guys around and I begged them to let me follow them around and join up with them, and after a little while they actually agreed to it, and next thing you know I've been traveling with them for about 2 years, and it's been absolutely amazing. I've been all the way to California. Here in about a month and a half we'll be going to Hawaii to do a convention on there.
What's your favorite part about being a vendor in a con?
Being able to meet all different kinds of people that enjoy your work, all different kind of stars, from the wrestlers to people on current TV shows, people from movies, and just actually you never know what's going to come around the corner in the next minute. I mean, you can just be blown away. It could be Stanley. I mean, there's just you never know. So I think that you get addicted to them after a while, to where you're like, if you're sitting at home for too long, you're like, I need to go out there and do one of these things because it's really fun.
Well, if people are interested in contacting you for your work, where would they be able to contact you at?
My house. Can you zoom in on that? Yeah. Ken R. Salinas. And that's my Instagram, my Facebook, and my Twitter is all Ken R. Salinas. So they can find me there. I'll do that for you so you can.
Thank you very much, sir. We definitely appreciate it.
So you guys, how happy and excited are you for being here at the Comic-Con? Who's ready to win this cosplay contest?
America!
Last question. Last question. Who's gonna win?
Us, the Avengers!
And how did you, where'd you get your inspiration for this costume?
Well, I actually did it for Horror Fest last year, and I was trying to think of something horror related, and I'm obsessed with Bioshock, and I really wanted to do this cosplay, so I kind of just sucked it up, and I wound up doing the symphony.
Wow. So what made you want to get into cosplay?
I've been cosplaying since 2012, but I've wanted to do it for so much longer than that. I've always, Halloween was always my favorite. Holiday, I've just always loved dressing up.
How did you make your helmet with the very intricate piece?
This is actually a globe, a cardboard globe you can see inside. And I just dremeled a hole in it and altered it. So that's what that is. Pick it up at Barnes & Noble.
Well, thank you very much for your interview, Tabitha.
Thank you.
Do you mind if you pose for the camera a few times so we can take some pictures, or at least have it recorded?
Shoot there.
That's not too bad. Yeah, no, it's What was the first book that you've ever written?
First book I ever wrote was actually back in about 2000. It was like a serial killer suspense thing called Without a Trace. It was before there was ebooks. I did self-publish it, and we did a little print run, and I was like selling books out the back of my car and whatever. And then I just, we had a kid and all this other stuff, and it ended up going out of print. I just never messed with it again, but that was my first try.
What's the most recent story that you're working on right now?
Right now, I'm working on a sequel to my book. One of my fan favorites is called Hell, Texas, about a road trip that goes really bad out kind of in West Texas, out near El Paso, and they go up in the hills and get tortured. I'm working on a sequel to that called Return to Hell, Texas.
Wow. So if anybody wants to buy your books, where would they be able to go to purchase?
Everything's on Amazon, and you can find all of my social media stuff at timmiller.org.
timmiller.org.